Greetings, nerds and nerdettes, and allow me to reintroduce you all back into the wonderful world of Gravity Falls. Now, I'm just gonna be upfront with all of you and admit that I was indeed contemplating on which topic I should drag on about before finally revealing the big discoveries of the Book of Bill. But honestly, I've had this book for quite some time already, and the majority of you must be aware of what to expect from it already, but just not from my perspective. And so why not make any of you lovely people wait out on me any longer and instead jump right into the juicy meat of this so-called cursed book from Bill Cipher himself. Now, of course, the main event that I'm referring to begins at the beginning of the end of the series ending, with Ford uncovering that his family apparently gained possession of the book and decided to read aloud the details of his past with Bill, which at first frightens him as he would, 1, believe that the book itself would possess them, and 2, they may judge him based off of his past apprenticeship with Bill, and so they may view him as an irredeemable screw-up. Thankfully, none of that happens, but in the end they actually accept his mistakes as something of the past and a typical Pines mess-up. And coming from everyone's history in the show, that's more than reasonable. With Ford's last entry ending with a photo of the OG Mystery Shack gang with Stanford himself included, while the next pages are of Mabel and Dipper threatening Bill if he ever were to think about harming either of them, and Stanley doing the same thing while also flat out humiliating Bill Cipher. Now within the page with Dipper's entry, there is a quote shown at the bottom that reads, "P.S. I can write codes too, it's not that hard." Moving right along, Bill Cipher gives his 2 cents on how he feels about you, the reader, seemingly no longer having a direct link between one another. And so this places Bill into a frenzy and reminisces about the time Stanley, aka the weaker copy of Sixer according to Cipher, absolutely punches his tie-in so hard that he no longer takes up space within his mindscape. Which then transitions us into what we've all been waiting for, which is the aftermath of events that followed Weirmageddon's ending, a plea for help from Bill Cipher himself. And no, it's not even just about his original dialogue that can be reversed and decoded. Which I can only guess is also what's implied here at the bottom of this same page. Oh no, this is but a reunion between the Axolotl himself and Bill Cipher, as Bill Cipher is willing to do almost any request in order to supposedly earn his way back into being reincarnated, to which he quickly shakes his hand into doing so, only to be sent to a mandatory therapy session as punishment for his crimes. Now, 2 major details that need to be taken into account is what the Axolotl says to Bill before sending him off, and it's one way to absolve your crimes. To change your form will take some time. And imagine this, we're given the details of where exactly in the universe this takes place in, which so happens to be Dimension 5150, and is described to be outside of time. Meaning that Bill's suffering could just be a timeless torture prison where he's forced to continue his therapeutic journaling and all. And as nice as it is to see that the guards here are apparently on top of confiscating Bill's book to outreach to others across the multiverse potentially, his time there may be centuries for all we care, but could be mere minutes in our world, as his new form takes time to process. But it's okay according to Cipher himself. He's fine. If only someday, someone will shake the hand of the accursed statue. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, he may have been reincarnated as a bird,